Now, Dallas has some amazing suburbs, but there's one in particular that most people miss, and it might just be the best place to plant roots for 2025 and 2026. And today, I'm taking you on a full driving tour of McKinney, Texas, and we're gonna talk about the billion-dollar projects that are spurring the crazy growth, the unique old town charm, and even some of the coolest new communities in North Texas that give you way more bang for your buck than even the big names like Frisco or Plano. And by the end of this tour, you'll know exactly why McKinney might be perfect for your next move. And along the way, I'll even show you some hidden gems even locals might not know about, like unique amenities that you won't find anywhere else in the Dallas suburbs. So let's go for a drive. All right, so we're heading east on 380 right now, and we just crossed over Coit Road, which in between Coit and Preston is kind of the border of Prosper and McKinney. Right before that, when we were crossing over, or in between Dallas North Tollway and Preston, is the main section of downtown Prosper. And the 380, which we're on right now again, is pretty well built out, and it has been because of the tollway. In between McKinney and the tollway has been in place for quite some time. Now, once you hit the tollway and you go west towards Prosper and those other areas, that's where it's been a complete nightmare for the past many years, actually, because it's been a 2-lane road, a 1-lane road, and now they're starting to build all the overpasses. So they're going to turn 380 into much of what you're kind of seeing right now as we go down, which is 3 lanes on both sides. On top of that, they'll have overpasses, which are going to pass right by Windsong Ranch and 423. So that is going to help out traffic significantly in that area. But overall, as we head into McKinney, you'll still see over off to the left, we still got some open field area, development opportunities. Over on the right, we still have some of the older buildings and businesses that have been here for a little while. But we're also coming up to where they're redeveloping quite a new section right up here as we get to this intersection. They're also putting in, you see here, they've got like, that's a Black Rock Coffee. So they're starting to pop up. These are brand new apartments. The Luminous right here off to the left side. And you start to see more development as we, you probably won't see because of this yellow truck maybe, but now they're starting to add more brand new strip malls on the McKinney line. And actually this is the official McKinney line that we just passed, but there's little sections right there that are still zoned to McKinney, but we just crossed over right before we're about to cross Custer Road into this. There's pretty established businesses on this section. We got a Walmart Supercenter right off to the right, Lowe's right off to the left, some of your chain restaurants, Burger King, Taco Bueno. And then right on the other side of this intersection, we still got, you know, an open quarter lot. So still quite a bit of development opportunities in the McKinney area, but probably the most interesting right now, the biggest buzz is right off to the right. Looks like that might be open now, is McKinney's first Whole Foods market. And that one looks pretty nice and pretty massive. They also just added this Chick-fil-A, which is a staple for a lot of people. Velvet Taco, that's a really great local taco shop. More strip mall area getting built into that. And then even more of this, these are like garage offices over off to the left, where they call them urban spaces. And then you see we hit open fields again. So still lots of development. A lot of the newer construction is more on the north side of 380 for McKinney on, like we're passing Stonebridge Ranch off to the south side. And everything south of 380 in McKinney, extremely established. Been here for quite some time. You'll see as we circle around and go through the historic district as well. But we're coming up here pretty soon to Painted Tree, and that's one of the new construction communities that is the talk of the town right now, so we're going to explore that. And over here on the left, we just passed to Trade Days, so that's like an outdoor massive flea market. I think it's like the third weekend. You know what that is? Is it the third weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, third weekend. So Texas is known too for the first Monday, which is in Canton, Texas. I think that's the biggest flea market in Texas. And so the first Monday of each month, they open that up, and it's massive, like acres and acres and acres and acres and acres of just vendors, you know, people all with their crafts and specialties and everything they're doing, furniture, animals, pets, you know, whatever you need. And McKinney has its smaller version of that, which is trade days. And then that's the third Thursday of each month, the open field market like that. A little warm during the summer. Now over off the right, we got a Costco, which is very important for a lot of people because you got to get your Costco shopping in, of course, and buy 50 rolls of toilet paper at once. Actually, I just found out you buy more, right? You buy industrial boxes of how many do you buy at a time?
It's like 300 rolls.
300 rolls at a time? Man, and you don't get that at Costco, huh?
No.
Oh.
No, it's Amazon.
Amazon, 300 rolls. He's like, Alex is like, I've got the deal on toilet paper. Now, where you keep all that, I don't know. I won't ask. All right, so as we drive into Painted Tree, you can look at all this construction that's happening right now. Off to the left-hand side, they're still building there. So, and this is probably one of the most popular spots in all of McKinney, if not North Texas right now as well. You have about 1,100 acres. It's a trailside community that's ranked as the #1 best-selling community for the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area in 2025 so far. So they sold about 330 homes just in the first 6 months of 2025. I think we might have sold half of those, which is always fun. But you can see here, we just passed up one of the models. They got some new homes coming in this side, and we hit a little turnaround point here. But that's all good. You'll see how they've got some green belts around here, so some back up onto the green belt opportunities. This home right here is Southgate, which is really, really nice, actually. Beautiful homes. But it's not really just about the homes here. It's a lifestyle that they've really created. The whole community is built around 28 miles of nature trails that connect to McKinney's broader park system. So you can hop on your bike and pretty much access the entire city from here. They've got 3 different pools and rec areas throughout the community. And you can check out the 20-acre lake that's right in the middle of the whole community. It's fully stocked for fishing too, a little catch and release. And McKinney right now is pretty much crushing it with their parks and outdoors activities that they're trying to really implement around the communities and these master plan communities that are getting built out. You can see how there's still quite a few lots left in particular areas. Southgate just has taken over this whole section that we're running through right now. Highland Homes as well has also opened up some new lots in here. You'll see some of the green belt areas off to my right and the walking trails that kind of follow along with those green belt views. And so if you have homes on this side, you walk out your front door and you get a look at beautiful trees versus somebody else's house. So I do like that. And you see like a walking trail over off to the right, kind of has a little bridge area, but still so much construction. We got some available lots. One of these lots, that one's sold, but all of these homes have already been moved into that are just getting finished up on this side. So you're gonna be building semi-custom, if not spec homes, if you come in here and get one of these lots. If you get one of these lots, they're kind of a semi-custom builder. Southgate's really exclusive to the Dallas, Texas area. And so they're looking to really make an impact here. But speaking of parks, just wait until I show you the massive nature preserve here in just a little bit once we get to that. Now, if you're talking about the amenity centers, they're not really your basic amenity centers either. I mean, you've got they opened up a place called the Outpost, and this is the gathering space that's inspired by national parks with a covered porch for events. They've got a lookout tower. They even have a food truck court, and I stopped by for one of their resident events last month. They have outdoor movies, food trucks, live music, and the overall feel in the neighborhood was pretty amazing. Well, look at that. I guess you can pull up your RV or camp back here, maybe for a short period of time. That's something you don't see every day in these communities. All right, let's talk about some of the home prices here in Painted Tree as well. Now, home prices are gonna start somewhere in the upper 400s for townhomes. You got custom estates nearing 1 million, so you got a pretty broad range there. You get your pick of more than 10 builders. Who do you got? You got Bloomfield, you got Drees, Trophy Signature, Coventry, CB Jenny, and several others. And each neighborhood really has its own feel. So Lakeside has water views, Woodland has bigger lots with mature trees. And to put this in perspective, the median home price for McKinney overall sits around $547,000, which is a pretty good value compared to neighboring suburbs like Frisco or even Plano. But in master plan communities like this, I mean, you're typically paying a premium for all of the amenities. And I'm gonna tell you why families are picking this neighborhood in a minute over other areas like Frisco or Plano. And I'll tell you what, it's not really just about the price, it's about getting in early so you can take advantage of growth and appreciation. But also, if you're new here, my name is Levi, and we make videos like this all the time, touring everything you need to know about the Dallas, Texas area. So if you're trying to stay on top of everything that's happening in the real estate area, go ahead and subscribe. And make sure that you are the first to learn about the current market. And we've got much more to tour. And as we head back to 380, you can notice here how they've gone from paved to more like gravel walking trail over the right-hand side, just circling around the treed area, which is nice. More sections. I mean, they're building out quite a bit over here, but you still got a lot of room and opportunity to get into the beginning phases of the painted tree area. I mean, this one, I mean, we've done quite a few deals over here and found some great homes for some clients, especially those coming from California, New York, and Washington State in particular. Now we're gonna get out on here. We're on Taylor Burke and getting east on 380 again, and you'll notice more strip malls going in and more new construction. Off to the right-hand side, you see some of those townhomes. Those are actually by CB Jenny on that side of it, and that is part of a little bit of the townhome section of Painted Tree. And even to the left-hand side, we still got some of the finished phases. Actually, they're still putting in some new construction on that side as well. I mean, it's just all getting pieced up and added together. All right, so I realized that I just made a quick wrong turn, and but it's a good thing because actually now we're passing by McKinney North High School. Pretty massive, one of the main high schools for McKinney, right off to the left-hand side. That might also give us a really good look at this new massive multi-billion-dollar development that's coming to McKinney. All right, now it's interesting because we are gonna take a right here on Community Drive and head back to 380, and we can hit 380 East. And over to the left-hand side too, we've got Collin County Community College. So pretty big campus, and is the main college campus for Collin County, right? So Collin County is the county that sits north of Dallas County. And of course, Collin County houses McKinney, Plano, Prosper, Frisco, Salina, parts of Salina. I mean, and of course they some of those areas split with Denton County as well. But Collin County, clearly one of the fastest growing counties in the nation. Multiple cities in here have been named over and over again as fastest growing. And it's just amazing, the development. Now, what's funny about the community college system here is that's where I started my college career in Dallas, going to Eastfield Community College that was like Mesquite, Texas. Also went to Brookhaven Community College, that campus a little bit, kind of pieced it all together. And ultimately, I took a job over in the New Orleans area. So I went to New Orleans, and that's where I ended up finishing up school at University of New Orleans. That's where I got my degree. Cool little college. It's all right. Nothing too special, but love the city of New Orleans. This area is blowing up with commercial growth, right? So what's happening here is really gonna change McKinney's spot in the Dallas area. It's gonna help, put them even more on the map. So a little bit of that construction, I mean, you don't really see it going on right now, but it's about to happen. And TxDOT broke ground on an $8 billion road project to improve the Spur 399 and US 380 corridors here in Collin County. So the first phase is widening Spur 399 from 4 to 6 lanes between US 75 and Stewart Road, connecting 75 with the new 380 bypass. And you may wonder, why does that really matter? Well, 2 reasons. I mean, first, it's gonna make traffic flow way better through one of the fastest growing areas in North Texas. But more importantly, for you as a home buyer or investor, major road projects like this usually lead to big jumps in home values in nearby areas. And the whole project should wrap up around 2029, but we're already seeing some of those impacts on growth. And actually just right up the road on 75 as well is they're building Long Branch, which is a massive $1.3 billion 155-acre mixed-use development at the corner of 75 and 380. Actually, it's going to be at 121, right? 75 and 121. But that area is really considered a little bit more of the Allen area, but there's going to be, McKinney's going to be affected by that as well. But it's not going to be just like another strip mall. So it's going to have over 1,600 apartments and condos, 135,000 square feet of retail, grocery stores, 100-room hotel, and office campus. And it's all planned with walking trails and outdoor gathering spaces. And that's not even the biggest project that's happening in the area right now. And I can't wait to actually show you what they're doing with the whole airport expansion. So we're gonna definitely check that out here in just a minute. But now we're starting to enter into some of the historic neighborhoods before we head into a historic downtown. So you'll start to see a nice variety of 100-year-old homes throughout. This is my favorite part of McKinney. I can't wait. Just look at that. Look at that amazing Victorian house right there on the corner. A little too pink for me, but hey, you could always repaint. Got a nice Craftsman, huge Craftsman over on the right-hand side. Then you got some that could still use a little work, but overall, look at this huge Craftsman on the corner here, large lot, and that home over on that corner, beautiful as well. A lot of these are just showpieces, time capsules almost, built over here in this historic section. Now you got two main streets for the historic downtown, which is West Virginia Street, which is what we're on right now. It's a one-way heading away from downtown McKinney. We're about to do a quick little U-turn, and then we'll head down Louisiana Street, which is a one-way towards downtown McKinney. But I wanted to capture just a little bit of this section of this historic area just to give you a good variety of the homes in the area. And again, just even driving down these streets is one of my favorite things whenever we visit Old Town McKinney, just like we're about to do. I'm always just looking at these houses, finding something new. You've got homes with really nice manicured lawns. You've got some that still could use a little help. A couple of homes for sale in this area that are really, really cool. All right, now we're on Louisiana Street. Look at that. That's a cool little Craftsman for sale right there on the corner. Nice trim. They got an older one right there. I've checked out a lot of these homes. Nice little yards in the area. I still have no idea what this phone booth, this whole like London phone booth is doing out there, but I'm sure there's some story behind that. That one looks like it could probably use a little work, but also looks in pretty good. Looks like they're trying to restore right now. You got some old cars sitting there. Look at that. What is that, a
Buick?
A Buick? There you go. Alex is the car guy. Look at these massive trees though. That's the other, that's what makes these old communities to me, I think, just part of that charm. You get up north into the new construction areas, and they just bulldoze all the trees and then build all the homes and put all these little starter trees everywhere. It's really sad. Sometimes they leave some mature trees like in little park areas that they know they're going to do, but overall they pretty much wipe them all out. But here we've got one of the elementary schools. So if you were in this downtown historic area, that's probably where the kiddos would hang out. But again, it got some nice little elevation, almost some hills. That's an old ranch style, probably built in the 70s. And then this one on the right-hand side, beautiful, beautiful colonial style, kind of like a colonial Victorian almost. And really just those columns kind of making, that's one very colonial right there, but different styles, little Tudors off to the right. I love little Tudor homes. They're pretty cool, like little hobbit houses. I've always liked those, especially in downtown Dallas area, the M Streets, Old East Dallas. And then you start to break into Old Town McKinney. Now, this is really cool. Ham's Meat Market Great burgers. I mean, amazing. Collective Coffee. Man, we should probably stop in there for a coffee right now. It's almost iced Americano time, huh? Yeah. And I mean, we also went to this, what's that burger place we went to the other day? What's it called? Luna? Boya, huh? Go ahead. I said Luna, you said Goya. We're way, I thought it was an L. It started with an L.
Dude, Loyo.
Loyo, that's what it was. So we were both with Samsonite. We was way off. That they got the Landon Winery. This is a cool little spot to hang out on the weekends. Looks like they have a new little shop coming. Pinketsville, okay, that's what that is. Of course, you got the old courthouse, the square. You've got the Celt, little Irish bar, layered coffee shop over off to the other side. We like to go there for brunch. And yeah, last couple of Saturdays we've actually spent over here. We've sometimes we go out to Alex's house. Actually, he lives about 25 miles past this. The McKinney's Farmer Market as well, you know, really popular, but only open on Saturdays until noon, and that's walking distance from here. But this is the most extensive historic downtown area in all of North Dallas, and one of the coolest and busiest. So you come down here Saturday, Sunday, it's gonna be people everywhere, all over the place, coming out of the market, going to brunch, getting some drinks, a couple of little wine shops around here, boutique shops, antique shops right inside there. I was looking at some nice watches inside of Barron's old place right there. There's Layered off to the right. And then of course, a couple little coffee shops nestled around. I haven't been to Square Burger, which is on the square, by the way. But I think Loyo is really good, and Ham's Meat Market. Actually, I know somebody that ate at Square. They're kind of like mixed reviews, but I don't know. But Loyo just opened up. That was really good. And then we have another couple of coffee shops just hidden. You got to find those. One's off to the side. I'll tell you that. It's in a little garden shop. You got to be able to find that on your own. Deviled eggs. So if you like deviled eggs, they got a whole deviled egg store. Pretty good little Tex-Mex there. El Mejor as well. And Moment of Truth. What's it called? Yeah, Loyo. Loyo or Loyo or something like that.
There's also the Speakeasy.
Oh yeah, the Speakeasy. You got to know about the Speakeasy. What is that inside is that the Coke machine?
Yeah, the Coke machine and Layered is what I was told.
Yeah, the Coke. You gotta know the code for the Coke machine inside of Layered. So that if you can figure that one out, you're welcome. But don't tell anybody we told you. All right? They don't like us giving that stuff away. All right, time for a little quick break. Let's go get some coffee. By the way, we came in here to Collective Coffee. You can see pretty big space here, but also like kind of quiet in here. I think everybody's studying, you know, school's back in now. So I wanted to give you some more of the stats on downtown McKinney. So it looks like in April, they do Arts in Bloom. They turn the whole square into like an outdoor art gallery, which is cool. In June, they have Texas Music Revolution with live music all over downtown. On July 4th, they got massive Red, White, and Boom celebration. So Oktoberfest in September, that makes sense, right? Oktoberfest in September, yeah, of course. It takes over the entire square, draws thousands of people from all over Dallas. And of course, they got a little trolley running around here that's got free rides, so that's pretty cool. And that's usually Thursday through Saturday, and that's connecting to key spots around downtown. So tourists, locals, everybody's welcome to use it, and especially during the events. So you're also not gonna really believe what they're building over at Towne Lake. And so they have this light walk that's going to be pretty stunning whenever that's finished up. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in just a minute. But as I mentioned, I mean, you've got tons of craftsmen, bungalows, you've got the Victorian homes all scattered throughout McKinney. Really beautiful. And you know, the thing is about these historic homes and neighborhoods is they hold their value pretty consistently. I mean, even right now, things are interesting in the market, but you can always still find a deal. But, when you're looking at these older homes, especially when they've been restored, I mean, they're always going to be a good investment. If you can find one that's a fixer-upper and you're not scared of what you may find between the 120-year-old walls and floors, and you fix that up, almost always a good return on your investment there. And also, I was just reading here that back in May, McKinney was named as a certified local government by the National Park Service and Historical Commission. So that's opening up new grants for preservation. City also gives tax breakthroughs to historic neighborhood improvement zone for homeowners that are fixing up those historic properties. Now we're passing through like old Towne McKinney. They're trying to start to do a little bit of revitalization around here. You can see with some of the little garden areas and a couple little spots, some apartment complexes, but still got a little ways to go. But now we're gonna go check out the airport real quick, then we're gonna loop around and talk about Town Park and then also some of the schools here in McKinney. All right, now we're coming down Airport Drive, so the McKinney National Airport, which they're about to do some massive expansion on as well. And what they're doing here could completely transform this entire area. Now on July 18th, they just officially broke ground, and this is gonna be the construction site for a $72 to $80 million passenger terminal expansion. So this isn't really just some minor upgrade. I mean, we're talking about a brand new 46,000 square foot facility with 4 gates, and that can be expanded to 6 and 980 spaces for parking. So when it opens late next year, it'll start by serving about 200,000 passengers annually. But here's the deal, it's designed to handle over 1 million travelers per year as the demand grows. And the airport expansion is something Frisco, Prosper, and really the other North Dallas suburbs, can't match, right? I mean, nobody else has an airport in their backyard. So it's gonna have some serious impacts on home values in the next coming years. And just think about having commercial air service within minutes of your home. That's a pretty big, huge perk. And also, if you're driving from McKinney to the airport right now, it's a little bit of a haul. So this is massive convenience added in right here to even people in Frisco and Prosper. I know even from Prosper, you're looking at 45 minutes to the airport. So if there's some flights that'll be coming out of McKinney and that's just 20 minutes away, I'm down for that. That'd be a huge opportunity for you, Alex. And living on the other side of McKinney, you're like, 20 minutes to the airport versus an hour, right? Since we drag Alex all over the place with us all the time. So what's interesting on that note, Alex just talked about, the locals are not too happy about this, but how they funded this because the voters rejected the initial bond proposal. So the city got $4.8 million in grants from TxDOT and combined it with local sales tax money and development district funds to move forward without the additional taxpayer burden. So, hey, sometimes you just got to vote stuff down. That's what I'm talking about. Why not? If you can get a grant and money from sales tax and everything else, I feel like we're already taxed enough already, that's the funny thing is we're talking about Salina. Salina just passed a $2.3 billion bond for like 11 new schools. Well, bond is just a fancy word for more taxes on you. And, got voted through and people are like, okay. And then they're going to be screaming about taxes next year. But that's the thing, like whenever the city wants something, they can make it happen. And it's funny. Yeah, do you really ever feel like the local government or even the government in itself is using your tax money wisely or to the full extent that it could be? And here they are, it's like, all right, you want to get this done? I'm sure the money is laying around somewhere. All right, now we're coming up on the Towne Lake Park area, probably one of the biggest parks and most popular here in the McKinney area. You can see they got the baseball fields over that we're passing right now. Pretty much everything you need. And it looks like they have a new housing development, the Enclave going on right there. So gonna be some grand homes, gonna have to check that out here next go around. Looks like we got some people out there playing around. This is a 108-acre park with a 22-acre lake right here in the heart of McKinney. Now in 2025, they've made some pretty recent improvements in here, and so you can see how massive the park is. That looks like a really cool playground area there. It's got a little bit of cover, but lots of tree cover as well. The shade helps out quite extensively. In the summertime, that's what you need. And if I cut this way, you see this lake right here, smack dab in the middle. Picnic tables around here, well shaded. Seat benches, probably sit out there and watch the ducks. They got a little, dock out there. Do some, do some kayaks and paddle boards and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks like a pretty fun little playground area, and of course some walking trails around the lake area too. They got covered pavilions, they've got volleyball courts, baseball fields, I mean miles of trails that zigzag throughout the whole property. And they just finished up with the $5.5 million recreation center renovation that doubled the fitness area and added a wellness room and family restaurants with showers too. So if you're into fitness, I mean, this place can rival most private gyms, but it costs way less for residents. And of course, you can see all the construction nearby. That's McKinney Light Walk, which is an artistic lit up trail they're finishing up by the end of the year. And the Light Walk is something you usually only see in the big cities, but it's gonna be a game changer for everything recreation here. So think holiday lights meets art installation, really creating this unique nighttime experience. And they're not gonna start there either. I mean, they got plans that are moving toward for a new dog park with shade structures, more horseshoe pits, extra volleyball courts, and part of a bigger park master plan. But the city's really pumping some serious money into quality of life here for this park area. And throughout the year, I mean, it hosts a ton of community events. So they've got fishing tournaments, outdoor concerts, holiday celebrations, and I mean, it's basically McKinney's central gathering for recreation and outdoor fun. So I'll show you in a bit though, the houses near parks like this that are seeing stronger price growth compared to the other areas. And when you can offer both historic charm and modern recreation, I mean, you can create a package that's tough for home buyers to really resist. And the education is always a top priority for families moving into the area. So as we head down the street, actually, you can see right across the street is McKinney High School, and school just started once again. Seems like that was a short summer for some, but there you go. Looks like they got the band out there practicing. I mean, what better weather whenever it's what is it right now? It is
199.
It says McKinney 97 degrees right now. Feels like 101. It's supposed to get up to 101. My car outdoor temperature says 104. And man, I tell you what, you let your car sit out for just a little minute, it heats up quick. You always got to park under a shade spot. But look at I mean, can you imagine? I remember doing this in high school. I remember running two-a-days in football. I mean, brutal. I don't know how we survived that, wearing pads and helmets and starting practice in August. Man, it was rough. And look at them, they're running all around, lugging those big instruments, cheer practice, those people up on stands, all that stuff, man. That's dedication right there.
Grow up tough in Texas. Texas puts more football players into the NFL than any other state, and also more Navy SEALs into the pipeline than any other state.
Oh, there you go, fun facts. Just a bunch of tough people coming out of Texas. All right, so a little bit about McKinney. It's got just about over 2,800 students and has an A rating on niche.com, and it's in the top 10% of school districts in the entire state. So the district's graduation rate is over 97%. SAT and ACT scores really beat both state and national averages, and McKinney High School specifically has top 10% GPA range from 5.21 to 4.19. and which is really competitive for college admissions. And of course, you know, stadiums here are next level. Texas Friday night lights football is the real deal. So even like the practice fields, I mean, They're pretty nice. They're right across the street here from the park, but I've heard they've also got a strong fine arts program, so that could be interesting for you fine arts folks. And as we continue along, you're going to see how that lake continually extends further and further. I mean, 22 acres for the lake, that's pretty big. So a lot of the families that we work with, I mean, school quality, of course, is a pretty high factor in their home search. So McKinney delivers pretty good value, especially whenever it comes to home prices, convenience, location, and of course, school quality. So all of that starts to add up. Then you have some of your newer parts of McKinney. You got some of the older parts, a lot of things being renovated, but again, with the historic downtown, really cool spot. But then you got new construction areas like Painted Tree happening north of McKinney. There's several other communities north of 380 that are really offering that new construction opportunity. And then of course, the rest of McKinney that's more established. Other than the historic area, you got a lot of older homes that are, I would say, older, built in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. So you'll find some of those neighborhoods as well. And then you're right here on 75, so easy access to 75, which gives you a straight shot into Dallas. And of course, you can pass through Plano and Richardson, which are both great spots to hang out on top of that. But 75, not a toll road, so that's a huge convenience as well. I mean, I know people that pay $200 to $400 a month in tolls because they're on the west side of Frisco, always on the tollway, always hitting the Dallas North Tollway or 121. You know, that makes a big difference. And if you're commuting, hitting that every single day, that can add up. And if we kind of highlight back on the farmers market area, again, just south of, south of historic downtown, more like southeast. And, you know, every Saturday they're running that year round, even whenever it's a little chilly outside. But you got over 70 local vendors and not really your average farmer's market. They got a lot of cool vendors there, lots of great stuff. Candles, dog treats, kimchis, kombuchas, breads, breakfast tacos, coffee, honey, vegetables, fruits, you know, all the good stuff. I mean, just all, there's an Italian guy there too, like an old Italian family that you can just buy. They have everything frozen. I think some of the, if not the best meatballs, the best thin crust pizza we've ever had is really, really cool. And the guy's even got the mustache to match, so makes it even more authentic. And I'm gonna tell you about one little hidden gem as well that, I don't know, doesn't really get a lot of noise. And that's the Hurd Natural Science Museum. And it's also a wildlife sanctuary as well. So it's over 289 acres and 6.5 miles of nature trails within there as well. So it's a really, really cool spot. But throughout the year, the Hurd offers a native Texas butterfly garden, wildlife exhibits, they have educational programs. It's another example of really how McKinney tries to balance the natural areas with the community perks. And, you know, I gotta mention there's a Hutchins over here. I know last time on our Frisco tour, we stopped in Hutchins and grabbed some barbecue. We had to eat before we came out this time around. Oh, and we're passing, actually, this is kind of a cool dealership. It's called Lifted Truck. So if you want a lifted truck, actually like what I'm in right now, which is a Ford Raptor, there's the dealership off to the right in McKinney. They actually have several locations around the Dallas area, like 5 or 6, but you get lifted trucks, you know, if you need to feel better about yourself, right? You know, if you want to feel like more of a man, come over here, get you a lifted truck. But no, this thing is awesome. It's amazing. Still have the Bronco, by the way. So that's just that's my personal vehicle. This is work. Clearly I needed this for work. All right, now we're back on 380, headed west and heading back home. And now you can see why I think McKinney could be one of the most underrated suburbs. I think still, you know, a lot of people still ask about it, but they don't really understand the potential that's happening here, the mix of the old with the new construction opportunities, but also getting in some of these older communities possibly as well. Historic homes always holding their value typically, as long as they're done right or remodeled correctly. But overall, you got easy access to Frisco, Plano, Richardson, even downtown Dallas, a straight shot down 75, no tolls. So really, you've kind of got the best of both worlds. And then of course, if you like Oklahoma for any reason, you can head up there. I guess if you want to gamble, you want to head up there and hit the gambling spots at the WinStar. You're close to that as well. And you're close to the Buc-ee's in Melissa. But overall, really great area. The main thing is that if you're thinking about making a move to the McKinney area or any of the surrounding suburbs, make sure you reach out. All of our information is on the screen or in the description below. Again, my name is Levi. My business partner, Travis, the team would be more than happy to help you make a smooth move to McKinney, Texas, or the surrounding areas. And if you haven't checked out our street interviews that we did in downtown McKinney, you have to check that out. It's right here. It's actually a lot of fun, that video.